So in this episode, we're going to add a little polish to our main menu where it fixes a little audio problem when we transition from scene to scene. So we know that we have different channels, and our main menu music is running on channel 0, which happens to be the same channel as ambience in the visual novel. We could change that and set it to channel 1 just to be consistent, which I'll do that. But also, if we come to music here, and then decide to go back, then you notice we still have music that's playing and overlapping because we have two opposing channels that are playing next to each other, channel 0 and channel 1. To take care of this, we're just going to go ahead and clear every audio track on every channel when we return to the main menu, and this is going to be initialized on the main menu start. But currently our audio manager only has a way to clear one track at a time, so if we access audiomanager.instance.stop, all we have is stop track and stop sound effect, which we have to pass in a channel for. So instead of that, let's go to our audio manager and let's make a new function available to us that will stop all tracks on all channels. So we've got stop sound effects and then stop track. So let's go ahead and make another one, which will be stop all tracks. So I'm just going to minimize all this and then come right below stop track and make a public void stop all tracks, which will take no parameters, but what we'll do is we'll iterate through all of the tracks and all the channels, and then go ahead and clear them all. We can do this by iterating through all the channels. So for each audio channel in channels, we need to be able to stop it. But remember, channels is a dictionary which operates off of the integer for the channel number and then the channel, so we need to get channels.values in order to get all of the channels. So then we can go ahead and say channel.stopTrack. And we'll go ahead and stop whatever track is running on each of the channels. So in main menu, we can call audiomanager.instance.stopAllTracks right before we start our own music. Which means if we came back here and we have music running and I decide to go home, then it's all going to stop out, ambience, music, everything, and just leave us with the main menu music again. Now that's great, but how about sound effects? Just in case we have a long sound effect that has not finished playing, and we would decide to return to the main menu while it's running, especially if it's a looping sound, then we want to make sure that that stops as well. So we'd like a way to stop all sound effects too. So let's go back to the audio manager and do public void stop all sound effects. And we have a stop sound effect function right up here. So if we just expand that, then we can go ahead and copy this loop here, getting the audio sources from the SFX root, iterating through each of them, and then destroying them. So let's go ahead and paste in here. So we get all of our sound effect sources. For each source, we're not going to check anything. We're just going to destroy it. And then we can stop all the sound effects. So if we come to main menu, we can say audio manager.instance.stop all sound effects. And we can stop anything that was running prior. To show this in action, once we go to play the music, we can also play SFX radio static and set loop to true. And then in our main menu, if we just decide not to stop all sound effects, we can see what would happen. So we come in, and we reach this point, and let's just make sure config audio sound effects is not muted. So there we are, we got the radio static rolling, and we've also got the music playing. So if we return, go back home, then it stopped, but that's only because our config did not save. Because we hadn't exited out of the menu, I hadn't implemented a way where we close it, it'll save it anyway. So sound effects continue to roll, and they keep on playing. However, if we decide to go ahead and stop all sound effects, then that won't happen. So if we go ahead and roll through, get back there, and we have our sound effect rolling, let's go back home. Now it stops. It's done. So we So we cancel all music and we cancel all sound effects upon the return to the main menu.